Script: From Darkness to Deliverance, a former escort's testimony. Opening hook. Some life stories begin in pain, travel through darkness, and end in transformation. For Keisha Gibson, the journey from brokenness to faith became a testimony she now shares openly. Once trapped in prostitution, substance abuse, and trauma, Gibson now speaks about what she believes was a powerful spiritual deliverance. Her message is direct. No matter how far someone has fallen, redemption is still possible. Section 1. A childhood marked by trauma. Gibson begins her testimony by describing the painful experiences that shaped her early life. At just 4 years old, she says she experienced sexual abuse, an event that left deep emotional scars. Her home life was also unstable. Growing up with a father struggling with addiction created an environment filled with uncertainty and pain. Like many people who experience trauma at a young age, Gibson says she spent much of her youth searching for acceptance and love, but those searches often led her into destructive environments. Section 2. Entering the world of prostitution. Eventually, Gibson moved to New York City, where financial struggles pushed her toward sex work. At the time, she convinced herself it was simply a way to survive. She needed to pay rent. She needed stability. But over time, she says the lifestyle brought deeper emotional wounds and spiritual emptiness. Substance abuse and unhealthy relationships became part of the cycle. What began as survival slowly turned into a life she felt trapped inside. Section 3. Searching for meaning in the wrong places. During this time, Gibson says she explored various spiritual practices that promised healing or empowerment. These included practices like astrology and crystals, which she believed might help her find direction. But looking back, she says those paths left her feeling even more confused. Today, Gibson believes these alternative spiritual systems led her further away from truth. In her testimony, she warns that what may appear harmless or trendy can sometimes distract people from deeper spiritual transformation. Section 4. The Turning Point. Gibson says the moment that changed everything came unexpectedly. While watching a sermon online, she heard a message addressing generational trauma, sexual abuse, and spiritual bondage. The words felt personal, as if the message was speaking directly to her life. In that moment, she says she encountered the message of Jesus Christ in a way she had never experienced before. Through prayer and worship, Gibson says she felt a powerful sense of release from the pain and patterns that had shaped her life. For her, this moment marked the beginning of a completely new direction. Section 5. A New Mission. Since that turning point, Gibson has dedicated her life to sharing her story. Her message centers on repentance and transformation. She warns about destructive behaviors she once participated in, such as drug use, sexual promiscuity, and unhealthy lifestyles, and urges others to reconsider the paths they are on. For Gibson, repentance is not about shame, it is about freedom. She often reminds listeners that genuine friends are willing to tell hard truths, especially when those truths could lead someone toward healing and restoration. Section 6. A Prayer for Change. Toward the end of her message, Gibson invites viewers to reflect on their own lives. No matter someone's past mistakes, she believes redemption remains possible through faith and surrender to God. Her testimony concludes with a prayer, encouraging listeners to open their hearts, seek forgiveness, and begin a new spiritual journey. For Gibson, the story is no longer about her past. It is about what she believes God can do for anyone willing to change. Closing reflection. Stories like Gibson's resonate because they reveal the complexity of human struggle, pain, mistakes, searching for purpose. But they also highlight the possibility of transformation. Whether one views her experience as spiritual deliverance, personal awakening, or both, her message carries a simple theme. No life is beyond redemption. Sometimes the darkest chapters become the foundation for the most powerful testimonies.